Throughout history, wars weren't just fought by patriots and conscripts. Some of the most decisive battles were won by men who fought for coin, not for country. They were mercenaries, soldiers of fortune. Their loyalty could be bought, but their skill on the battlefield was absolutely undeniable. They shaped empires. They toppled kings. And in doing so, they changed the very art of war forever. Today, we're counting down the top 5 most famous and feared mercenary groups in all of history. The companies that defined entire eras of warfare. From the sun-scorched battlefields of medieval Italy to the cold marble halls of the Byzantine Empire. These are the true legends of the sellswords. Coming in at number 5, the White Company. This legendary group formed in the mid-14th century during a pause in the brutal 100 Years' War. Suddenly, Europe was filled with hardened veterans with nowhere to go and absolutely nothing to lose. Led first by the ruthless German commander Albert Sturz, and later by the legendary English knight Sir John Hawkwood. This was not just some band of thugs. This was a professional army. At its core were the deadly English longbowmen, supported by heavily armored men-at-arms and cavalry. It was a rare combined arms force for its time, a perfectly balanced war machine. When they descended upon the fractured and wealthy city-states of Italy, they changed warfare on the peninsula forever. They introduced highly disciplined infantry tactics, fighting on foot in tight, unbreakable formations. And they became infamous for their sheer brutality. Cities that dared to resist them were mercilessly sacked and burned. Cities that wanted peace had to pay enormous sums, a contract known as a condotta, just to be spared their wrath. The White Company proved a terrifying truth. Sometimes the mere threat of war was far more profitable than war itself. They set the gold standard for mercenary warfare in Italy for generations to come. At number 4, we have the Swiss mercenaries. Today, we know them as the stoic, colorful guards of the Vatican. But for centuries, they were the most feared and respected infantry in all of Europe, hailing from the harsh, impoverished mountain cantons of Switzerland. These men were poor, incredibly disciplined, and practically unstoppable on the battlefield. Their primary weapon was the pike, an 18-foot-long spear designed specifically to kill knights on horseback. At a time when armored cavalry completely ruled the battlefield, the Swiss shattered the old order. They would advance in massive, tightly packed squares, a moving forest of steel that even the most determined cavalry charge could not break. Their discipline was legendary. Their reputation was terrifying. And their motto said it all: no money, no Swiss. They fought for kings, popes, and empires across the continent. And once they were paid, they fought to the death. In 1792, during the chaos of the French Revolution, the Swiss Guard died almost to the very last man defending King Louis XVI, long after his own people had abandoned him to the mob. The rise of firearms eventually ended their total dominance, but their legacy as the undisputed kings of European infantry remains unshakable. Next up, at number 3, is the Varangian Guard. This was no ordinary mercenary force. This was the elite, personal bodyguard of the Byzantine emperors themselves. Formed in the late 10th century, the Guard was originally made up of fierce Norse warriors Vikings from Scandinavia and the Kievan Rus. Later, they were joined by Anglo-Saxons who had fled England after the Norman conquest of 1066. In the Byzantine court, a place poisoned by plots and constant betrayal, the emperors learned to trust outsiders, men with no local loyalties or political ambitions. Their allegiance belonged to only two things: the emperor and the vast amounts of gold he paid them. The Varangians were towering figures, clad in shining mail armor and wielding massive two-handed axes, so fearsome they were known as men cleavers. They were not just bodyguards, they were elite shock troops, unleashed at the most critical moments of a battle to turn the tide. To serve as a Varangian was a great honor and a path to a massive fortune. Those who survived their term of service returned home unimaginably wealthy. The Varangian Guard became a powerful symbol of imperial power, a unique fusion where Viking ferocity met the splendor and sophistication of the Byzantine Empire. Our runner-up at number 2 is the Landsknechts. Few mercenaries in history were as flamboyant or as notoriously violent, emerging in late 15th century Germany. The Landsknechts were created specifically to challenge the dominance of the Swiss. They eagerly copied Swiss pike tactics, but added their own unique blend of aggression, chaos, and unrestrained brutality. Their most elite warriors, the Doppelsaldner or double pay men, fought in the front ranks. They wielded massive two-handed swords called zwinders, and their job was to charge headfirst into enemy formations and break them apart at any cost. But what truly set the Landsknechts apart was their appearance. They wore outrageously colorful clothing with slashed sleeves, enormous feathers, and an undeniable flair. This wasn't just fashion, it was a statement of their dangerous lifestyle. They lived fast, gambled hard, and plundered freely. When Landsknechts met Swiss mercenaries on the battlefield, the fighting was exceptionally brutal, driven by a deep professional rivalry, pride, and pure hatred. If their pay was late, they would mutiny in an instant. If a city fell to them, the civilians suffered horribly. They were the rock stars of Renaissance warfare, chaotic, dangerous, and absolutely unforgettable. And finally, at number 1, we have the Condottieri. This wasn't just a single mercenary group, it was an entire system of war that defined an era. From the 14th to the 16th century, the Condottieri dominated the Italian peninsula. The name itself comes from the condotta, the formal contract signed between a mercenary captain and a city-state. Renaissance Italy was incredibly rich, but it was also divided and militarily weak. Cities like Florence, Venice, and Milan were constantly at war with one another, and they were more than willing to pay top professionals to do their fighting for them. The Condottieri were military entrepreneurs. Men like Sir John Hawkwood, Carmignola, and Federico da Montefeltro raised their own private armies, complete with infantry, cavalry, and even artillery. They fought for the highest bidder, and switching sides mid-campaign wasn't seen as betrayal, it was just good business. Their battles were often cautious, almost like a chess match, designed to preserve their valuable, expensive soldiers. But when necessary, they could be utterly ruthless. Some of them even became rulers themselves. Francesco Sforza, a brilliant mercenary captain, used his army to seize power and become the Duke of Milan. The Condottieri represent the absolute peak of the mercenary age, a time when war was commerce and successful generals could become princes. From disciplined English longbowmen to ruthless military entrepreneurs, these mercenary groups reveal a completely different face of warfare. One not driven by flags or national pride, but by profit, personal ambition, and raw professional skill. They were the guns for hire of their age, and their powerful legends still echo across the pages of history. Did we miss any of your favorite legendary mercenaries? Let us know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this journey into military history, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.